Hi everyone. So I'm back and I'm still alive. That round absolutely floored me. Like I shouldn't have, I know now that I shouldn't have upped my dose too quick. And I should have stopped the round when it was getting rough and just treated for redistribution, but I was just stubborn and I decided to carry on and obviously paid for it by having awful side effects, but I'm happy to report that I'm a lot better now. It took, I would say, about 10 days after the round stopped to be just back to where I was. And there was at one point I actually thought, like, I'm going to go back to how I was. I'm going to sink into that horrible depths of despair. Like, I was in this bedroom. It was like probably on the Monday, I think it was. And I looked at my bed and it was just so far away and big. And I just felt like, oh God, like I was on some sort of trip, like an acid trip. And like I just wanted to climb into bed and cry and hide under the covers. But I just kind of like tried to ignore it and push through. There was a definitive day on Tuesday where I just done everything I possibly could to make myself better. So I wrote down what I did. On this Tuesday, I just stayed at home all day and I just thought, right, I'm gonna like totally repair myself as much as I possibly can. So I did a little bit of light exercise. I had some Celtic sea salt in water. I journaled about how I felt. I wrote down all of my worries and then looked for affirmations on like making myself feel better. I looked at like other people's posts and when they had hard redistribution and how they recovered. I took a lot of ACE, potassium, magnesium, holy basil. I done some emotional freedom technique, which if you don't know, it's basically where you tap different parts in your body and repeat like positive affirmations. I prayed a lot, I cried, I had a bath, I had a salt bath, I done some reflexology on myself and some dry body brushing. I had molybdenum, I drank a lot of ginger tea, drank a lot of water, and then I went out and met a friend like for about an hour, even though I didn't want to, I just done it. I watched some TV to take my mind off things. I watched some ASMR as well, which I find helps sometimes if I'm in the mood. And I just like let all my emotion out and just fed my body and fed my adrenals. I think I had an adrenal crash really, like now that I think about it. I crashed my adrenals because I upped the dose too quick, so no more of that. And then I was due to go away this weekend gone. And I was thinking like, how am I ever going to go away when I feel like this? Like the start of the week I just couldn't think of anything worse. But you know what, I did it. I went away with my family and actually had quite a decent time. I felt a lot better, and actually in my desperation I ordered a lot of things to help with anxiety because I'd read like different things. So I ordered inositol, 100,000 milligrams of that, which is actually vitamin B8, but it's not a vitamin anymore because they decided that apparently you get enough B8 in your diet for it to be a vitamin. But yeah, and then lemon balm tincture, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's basically like a dropper and you mix it in water and drink it, because a lot of people said that helped. So and I got some more holy basil tea. I'd run out of holy basil tea. So on Thursday night I had a inositol and then I had a lemon balm and I felt so relaxed. Like it was just like a wonderful like confirmation that it was working. And then I've been on them since, twice a day, both, like one in the morning, one at night. And it's really helped with anxiety, so I definitely recommend taking those things. Inositol, lemon balm tincture, and twice a day. So, and then I've drink my holy basil tea because I think my cortisol shot up again. It was just a mess. I just made a total mess of what happened. And I also learned that actually because me hair test didn't show high lead, doesn't mean I haven't got lead in the body. Also DMSA can trigger candida, which causes its own things in itself. So like I had just set myself up for a lot of problems, but apparently I've learnt now that if you do 8 weeks of DMSA, that's enough to like keep the lead like coming out, and then you just have to do 1 monthly round. So I've actually done 6 weeks of DMSA. Obviously I've had breaks in between, but that's okay. So I'm going to do 2 more rounds of DMSA, and actually I can start early after that. I've also ordered some DMPS from Living Supplements because their deliveries have actually picked up quite a bit. They've now managed to get into like Royal Mail. So I think in the UK, DMPS should only take 3 weeks to come. So I ordered that last week. So a lot of things are happening where I'm hoping I'm going to see a lot of improvements. So I'm actually okay to start around tomorrow, which sounds crazy, of DMSA, but I've lowered my dose completely down to 0.375 milligram. So I've took 3 9-milligram capsules, split them into 24, and added like a lot of magnesium in with those, as well as some vitamin C and things. So I'm going to start around tomorrow. I am really nervous, I won't lie, and I'm frightened in case I'll crash again. But the way I'm seeing it is that I'm just going to do 2 more rounds, as long as I can tolerate them, and then I can move on to the ELA. I don't even have to do DMSA as often, really. If I can do some DMPS as well, if I can tolerate that. I'm interested to see how different I feel on the DMPS and the ELA. So that'll definitely be coming in the next couple of weeks on videos. But yeah, like I just feel so grateful that I've actually managed to pull myself out of the horrible hellhole that I was in last week. I'm not gonna lie, it was absolutely brutal, but that's probably learnt you as well not to up your dose too quick, and just whatever you feel is manageable, do, because you're still moving mercury out your body in heavy metals, even at a very low dose. Like, the side effects are confirmation of that. If you don't have side effects, that's fine, you can up your dose as long as you don't have side effects. If you do have side effects, even if they're positive or negative, that means you're moving enough mercury around your body for it to work. Even if you're microdosing, even if you're doing 0.01 and you still feel side effects, that's fine, it doesn't matter, it's just a number. It's the effect in your body that counts. And just keep your adrenals going, because they're very important. I actually ordered some more ACE from iHerb because I found it was quite expensive on Amazon. It was like £18 a bottle. So I ordered some on iHerb, it was £10 a bottle. So that should come in a few weeks. I'm going to up my ACE as well. I'm taking 2 a day, so I think I could do with like maybe 3 or 4 a day, because my adrenals are quite weak. And I still need to keep my electrolytes topped up, but I feel ready to do the round, and I feel like surely at that dose, like, I'm hopefully going to be okay, and you know, I won't have a massive redistribution like last time, and I'll know on the round as well whether or not I'm going to be okay, because last time on the round I just felt horrible on, horrible off. Because I remember being on the round thinking, I can't wait to get off the round to feel better, and I felt worse. So I should have listened to my body, really, but yeah, typical me, really. So definitely look into inositol if you suffer with anxiety, and some lemon balm as well. In terms of the depersonalisation and the derealisation, last week it was horrible, but it's not been, baseline is not been very as prominent as it could have been. I haven't noticed it as much, so I feel like, yes, it moved a lot of mercury around and I had a horrible redistribution, but maybe it's actually helping with the depersonalisation. I don't know. I think it's a bit too soon to tell, and obviously with that massive setback, like, it was still awful. So hopefully next week I'll be able to report more about that. So yeah, I hope this video has helped, and I wanted to give you a little update as well, and I'll update you next week on what's happening with that as well. And I also want to note that I could tell that I was struggling as well because my stool colour was like a light beige. It was actually like this colour. Actually that looks quite dark on the video, but yeah, it was like really quite light. So I needed a lot of liver support as well, and then it's went back to like being quite dark now, so I can tell like my body's kind of producing more bile. So that was another sign for me that I just went too hard, because physically I could see things, what was going on. So yes, I hope you are doing well, and let me know if you've got any questions down below. And if you need help with pulling yourself out of a black hole, you know, I can give you some advice as well, but maybe this has helped a lot. Just really like feed your body with what it needs, overdose it, like, you know, not in a bad way, but the ACE, the electrolytes, everything like that, you need them if you do suffer with anxiety, because your adrenals are really struggling, and your liver as well. Make sure you get enough liver support. So yeah, I'll speak to you soon.